This is part 2 of my top 100 favorite movies. So if you haven't, I put a part 1 of my top 100 favorite movies out. That's 100 to 51. This is now 50 to my favorite movie of all time. All right, so what is number 50? It is Mean Girls. I love Mean Girls. It's a great high school movie. It's hilarious. Great acting. Lindsay Lohan is incredible in here. She had so much potential. It sucks what happened to her career. Mean Girls, great. Rachel McAdams, great performance. Tina Fey wrote that thing. Great writing. Love it. Tim Meadows, there we go. Mean Girls, boom. Number 49, T2, Terminator Judgment Day. I like the first Terminator. I like it. I didn't love it. T2 is so much better. Not as horrorish as the first one. Much more of a sci-fi. Starts off with great action, great scene, great bike chase through LA, through the, I forget what they call that, the little canal type thingy. Not really canal, but waterway. Fantastic. T2, Arnold's great. Edward Furlong, he will be on here again. Number 48. I don't have the Batman from 2022 on here, but I do have a Batman movie, and it is The Dark Knight. Fantastic movie. Gets praised all the time. Heath Ledger gives legitimately what I think is one of the greatest performances of all time. He disappears into it. He wisely was fine with having his face covered practically the whole time, and it helps. Great choice, because it helps just him escape into the role. He seems completely different than in anything else, any just interview or whatever. The Dark Knight. Number 47, The Royal Tenenbaums. Great Wes Anderson movie. Great characters. This odd family explores all their weird relationships. Has so much fun Wes Anderson movies, Wes Anderson-isms. I think this is, I guess not my favorite Wes Anderson, but peak Wes Anderson. Yeah, probably his peak rise. It had Bottle Rocket, then Rushmore really got his style, and then this, I think he had his style at his best. Before now, his movies, I think, are a little too much style over substance. And some people want to do different things or go. I like him maybe go back to what he was like. It's also like his style is the most unique style of any director that I've seen ever. So, I mean, when I still here, might as well make his style. But it kind of does get a little old in a way. But Royal Tenenbaums, fantastic. All right, number 46, Dog Day Afternoon. Al Pacino plays a bank robber. And it starts to then not go as great on a very hot day in New York City. Way to just use that, I love setting, use that August summer day heat, the hot summer day in this movie. When I first watched it, I quite liked the movie. And then it's just grown on me a lot and a lot and a lot over time. Now that I'm making this, I realize I didn't include Serpico on the list or as an honorable mention. Serpico. Great movie. But Dog Day Afternoon, fantastic. There's a reveal that happens, and I was shocked by it, and especially a movie that came out in the mid-70s. You know, my dad said he saw this, I think when he was, 14-ish, on the date in the movie theater, which cracks him up because of based on what happens in this movie. He's probably like, what the hell is going on? But, yeah. Dog Day Afternoon. Number 45, Zach Braff's Garden State. Wrote the movie, believe that he directed, maybe not. He wrote the movie, stars in the movie. Yeah, right, director and stars in it, Zach Braff. I wish he would write and direct more often. He had the juice, man. He's fantastic in this. I relate to this movie because I love movies about people in their earlier, just mid-20s, either kind of lost or not sure what they want to do, or just kind of going, or their friends all kind of on these weird, interesting paths. He lives in LA, and the movie starts his mom died, so he comes back to New Jersey for the funeral. And I think he's been back since he graduated high school. It's about him reconnecting with friends, acquaintances, going on these weird journeys. Meets Natalie Portman. Her character's a little, I mean, she's a manic pixie dream girl, but a little, I wish they could have done maybe something a little more with her character. But great movie and a great soundtrack. Some Coldplay in it. Really has like a melancholy soundtrack. Garden State, check it out. Number 44, similar to Garden State, and it's these 20-somethings kind of, what are we doing, little existential-ish, angsty Adventureland. Great movie, and why I also love this movie is because it not only takes place in Pittsburgh, is filmed at Kennywood Amusement Park. It stars, I can't think of his name, Jesse Eisenberg plays this guy who I think he just graduated high school and is going to college, so he gets a job at the local amusement park. They call it Adventureland, not Kennywood, but gets a job at the amusement park, and all these different characters and different kind of paths of life are interacting. There's romance involved in it, little love triangles, whatnot. Just has a real realness, real peopleness. Things are kind of messy in it. Ryan Reynolds is great in it because he plays this guy more in his 30s, is still kind of hanging out and hooking up with people in their 20s, and he's, I think, married, has a fiance. He can come off a real like stereotypical or just a sleazebag, which he is, but the way he's written and acted, I think this Ryan Reynolds probably one of his best performances, his least shticky performance. He just feels so real. He's doing bad things, but he feels real. And the guy you can still get along with. And he's still not like a complete, you think his character could be a complete dick to some of these guys. And that he is at times, but he's feels like a real person. Adventureland. Also, a guy I used to work with, he's in this movie. He's actually in the trailer. He's an extra at one of the games that Jesse Eisenberg's working at. I think like one of the little shooting games he's in. So that's cool. A friend of mine's in it. Boom. I never realized I had 2 Pittsburgh movies back to back. Number 43, great sports movie, Warrior. I didn't realize this was a Pittsburgh, partly takes place in Pittsburgh until I started watching it a few years ago on a plane. I've heard about for years. There's a highly recommended sports movie, underrated sports movie, which it is. And it opens up and they're showing like the rivers and the bridges. Like, wait, this takes place in Pittsburgh? Hell yeah, it does. You got 2 brothers, Tom Hardy, who's in Pittsburgh. They grew up in Pittsburgh. His dad's Nick Nolte. Then you have the other brother, Joel Edgerton, lives in Philly. He's a school teacher. They have a strained relationship with their father. Tom Hardy reconnects with the dad. They both start training for MMA. Some type of MMA fight. They both enter the same competition. And like, oh, what's going to happen? You think in one way, sure, I guess it's predictable. But what happens when it hits that predictable part? Then the resolution of that I don't think is predictable. That's why I love it. Also, I love the Pittsburghisms of it. But it's just a great story, great acting, emotional family drama as well. This movie, I love it, was shot in Pittsburgh. The high school that Joel Edgerton teaches at is actually North Hills High School in the north suburbs of Pittsburgh, which is near where I grew up. I took my SATs at that high school. It's cool because the kids in the classroom are actually wearing like North Hills colors and stuff. Warrior, great sports movie. All right, number 42. I've only seen it, Warrior. Well, I've seen it, I guess, more than once on TV. I've seen it a bit. This next movie I've seen one time. Juno, Jason Reitman's Juno. Great movie about a teen pregnancy, but it's not, I mean, these characters aren't just stereotypes. So I believe it takes place in Minnesota, so it has setting. more than just they're fleshed out characters. J.K. Simmons is her dad. Great movie. Yeah. Number 41. Watch it one time. The Thing. One of my favorite horror movies. John Carpenter's The Thing. Should have got more praise at the time. This, maybe that's why I love The Faculty so much, because that was clearly you could see it. There's inspiration from The Thing. This little creature that can take over all these people and pose as any people. Slowly, one by one, people get killed off, whatever. Ambiguous ending. Sometimes I hate ambiguity. This one works for me. Kurt Russell, there we go, The Thing. Great practical, some of the best practical body horror effects ever. Number 40, Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit. He had a lot of movies. Yeah, The Boy's a good movie. Hunt for the Wilder People used to be on this list. But Jojo Rabbit, great movie of this boy who's part of Hitler Youth. His imaginary friend's Hitler. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Great movie that blends comedy and this goofy whimsy with horrific events, horrific real life events, horrific things that happen to his family that are, I guess you say, loosely inspired, whatever. But it takes place during the Holocaust, so it is heartbreaking, but blends comedy. Great movie. I can't think of his name. The actor, Sam Rockwell, in it. Great ending to his character. It really shows that his character highlights that these German people were being manipulated and still did horrible things. And they have to face they did horrible things. But that doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad, and they still have good in them. And it shows that complicatedness of humanity and doesn't shy away from it. Jojo Rabbit. Number 39, American Beauty. Kevin Spacey is great in it, just having this midlife crisis and just not giving an F a lot about things. Does obviously very bad, questionable things in this movie, but great at just exploring. You have suburbia and the people in it, and are they really okay up there? Great movie, American Beauty. Deserving Best Picture winner. Number 38, Fantastic Mr. Fox. My favorite Wes Anderson movie. It goes back and forth between Isle of Dogs, Royal Tenenbaums, Fantastic Mr. Fox. But great movie. I guess this is my favorite animated movie. George Clooney's fantastic in it. I love some of the behind the scenes filming in it, how they were actually places, and George Clooney was on this motorcycle. I don't know if the motor was going, but it was stationary, but on a motorcycle with wind flying in his face and someone on his back and recording his voice. Great how the characters are human, but also animalistic at the same time. This movie looks stunning. Wes, you're wacko, you're the man. All right. Skip movie? No. Number 37. Seen this for one time. Michael Clayton. I'm not the type of guy you kill. I'm the type of guy you pay. See, I think I missed that quota. But great movie. Michael Clayton. Fantastic. I watched it in the winter for the first time last year. This movie immediately I liked, but it's I want to like it more than I do. I've only seen it once, so it could be a movie. I feel like I want to like it more maybe than I do, so maybe it would drop in the future when I watch it. It's this great movie. Michael Clayton, George Clooney's the fixer for this law firm. When they have problems, he goes in and tries to clean it up. Tom Wilkinson had this mental breakdown, and George, who's part of the law firm, George Clooney's trying to clean it up, and then these other kind of conspiracies develop. But it's not as it doesn't feel very conventional. That's what I love this movie. Michael Clayton. There we go. All right. Number 36. Almost Famous. I was going to try and sing Tiny Dancer. That wasn't going to go well. Almost Famous. Great Cameron Crowe movie of this boy who, teenager, poses as an adult so he can get a job for Rolling Stones and goes around with this fake band. This is why I love movies like, I don't love biopics. Give me more movies like this that like, it's not a mockumentary, but like seems real but follows this band that actually never existed, been inspired by true events, but extremely fictionalized. I love it. He fathers on this band. Sweetwater, I think the name is. Billy Crudup and Jason Lee are fantastic in this. They should have both been nominated for Best Supporting Actor. They blow their roles out of the park. They feel so real, like these rockers. You see why they would have a lot of success, but you also see why they're going on tour. They got flying in a private plane. To get that level, you have to have a lot of success. But yet they're still nowhere close to where they want to be. And you see why at the same time. They have great chemistry. Jason Lee and Billy Crudup have great chemistry with each other. You see why they love each other, hate each other. Frances McDormand, phenomenal in it. Zooey Deschanel, I don't think she's a great actress. She is great in this movie. I already mentioned Frances McDormand. Kate Hudson, I haven't seen a lot of her rom-coms. I don't know if she's the greatest actress. Fantastic in here. Cameron Crowe got great performances. All-time great performance out of their actors. You got Frances McDormand, great actress. Fantastic movie. And this is a movie when I first watched it. I liked it. But it grew on me a lot over time. That's Almost Famous. All right. Number 35. Dang. Lady Bird. Great movie. I'm saying that a lot. Saoirse Ronan plays this high school girl who's real angsty, and like it's right after 9/11, I believe. 2002-ish in Sacramento. Movie was setting. I love it, baby. She's more middle class. I have a lot of kids who go to her school. Maybe are lower, but upper class too and whatnot. And her just kind of going through high school and her relationship with her mom is great. Laurie Metcalf is fantastic. Can't think of the actor who plays her dad. Tracy Letts. Great in this role. Great movie. Why I love movies that feel so real. Captures layered characters. Lady Bird. Great. Number 24 or 34. Keep on giving me the layered characters, baby. It's George Clooney, Up in the Air. I also like movies about people who have jobs you don't really think about. And companies hire him to fire their employees. And this movie was going to be made, but then the 2008 housing crisis was happening. A lot of people were getting laid off, so it coincided. And they used that. The movie used that to its advantage. They use a lot of real people in this movie when George Clooney's firing people. Like, obviously, he fires J.K. Simmons, and that's more J.K. Simmons is like, yeah, an actor acting in it. But a lot of the people who you just see like short reactions by George, they hired them for the movie, and they're giving reactions probably similar in the way how they felt in real life when they got laid off. And it just has that realness to it. It's palpable. They have the song Up in the Air they play at the end was just written by some guy who lost his job. It says like a little tagline, lost his job. Played the song and says, thanks, Jason, because Jason put him in the movie. There's so much care and craft in this. But George Clooney's great. So then he meets Vera Farmiga, a romance develops. Anna Kendrick works for the same company as George Clooney. I just loved that they're always in the planes and flying around. And then George Clooney is very comfortable in his life, and then he starts getting, well, is he, or what does he want more for life? Does he not? The ending is like, yeah, it it's all happiness and kittens and rainbows. It's weird, but it doesn't get like unnecessary, like, yeah, everyone dies or whatever. Great movie, Up in the Air. It's the last Jason Reitman movie. The man. Well, last on my list. All right. Number 33. Characters in their 20s just being like, what are we doing? Swingers. That's money, baby. Money, baby. All right. Let's drive to Vegas. Here we go. Swingers is phenomenal. Yes, a bunch of struggling actors, but the main two, Vince Vaughn, Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau wrote this movie. Right? There's shit like this. Favreau got that like gritty up and comer. Now he's good at doing franchise stuff, but it's like sometimes I don't know if you get in the Hollywood machine, do you lose your fastball? I don't know. This has a writing fastball, that's for sure. Movie I loved when I first watched it. I was like, I want to like this more than I do. But then I watched it more. I was like, yeah, I love this. It's real relatable. Guys just going, the struggling actors in LA, and then just struggling, talking to a woman, having awkward as hell interactions. Incredibly relatable. There we go. Swingers. It's money. Number 32, Zooey Deschanel. Once again, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's been here a few times. Okay. 500 Days of Summer. For whatever reason, this is a movie I want to watch for a while. I watched it for the first time, I think 2 years ago, in January or February-ish. Maybe it was last year. No, I think it was 2 years ago. This movie, ever since I was in high school, I probably want to watch it. For whatever reason, I thought it was like the Groundhog Day concept of where this guy isn't trapped in summer for like 500 days. I think I knew Summer was a girl's name. Or he's like dating her for 500 days, but it's the same day over and over. That's not what it is at all. I don't know why I thought that's what it was. I literally thought that for like 4 years. I don't know why. But 500 Days of Summer, he's dating this girl Summer for 500 days. The ups and downs of his relationship. He's a protagonist, but you realize some people are saying like, well, maybe she should be like, she's villainized at times. He should be more villainized, but don't villainize it. They're just layered human people. Fantastic movie. People in their 20s just kind of figuring out, I relate to that shit incredibly. So, people in odd jobs. He writes for a greeting card company. Heck yeah, give it to me. Also, shot really well. What is this? Mark Webb, I believe, who directed this, who then directed like Amazing Spider-Man. Is he the guy who directed the Snow White movie this year? I didn't even see it. It's like, whoa, go back to this stuff, my man. It's just shot so well, too, and edited so well. Number 31, Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead. Great movie where Nicolas Cage is a paramedic in New York City. I think it's like 3 different nights on the job. He's sleep deprived and losing it. But 3 different nights with different guys he's working with. Definitely Scorsese's most underrated movie. I wanted to watch all Scorsese movies. Like, I'll watch this. I watched this like 3 years ago. I was blown away, sucked in immediately. Fantastic. Bring Out the Dead. Number 30. Comparable that I thought about bringing out, or going into it, comparable to Bringing Out the Dead, is AI. Spielberg movie, daunting directors. I gotta watch his stuff. I did watch this 3 years ago in October. It's like, I guess I'll watch AI. Movie starts Haley Joel Osment. He'll be on here again. Fantastic. Fantastic child actor. He had the sauce. I don't know where it went. Plays this robot so well. He just wants to be loved. And it's so hard hitting. I'm glad I watched this before AI like became what it is today. It was very different just 3 years ago. It's so much more real today than it was. Maybe I watched this 4 years ago, maybe. No, it was 3. But I'm glad I watched it when I did. I like it more than that. I like it more when AI wasn't as But anyways, great movie. I love how the other kids in it are just kind of like dicks. It's like great humor. Jude Law, fantastic in this. I like the ending. This is a movie I wish there's kind of more. It seemed like, oh, it's going. Oh, now we're kind of like at the ending, and then part of it's drawn out a little long. Wish there's kind of a little something else in there. AI, love it. Number 29, Life is Beautiful. Great movie. What directed? I don't know. I think it's directed by Roberto Benigni. I don't know if I said his name right. Italian guy. Did he win? He won an Oscar. That's when he's like running on the chairs to accept his award. But Roberto Benigni plays this goofy Jewish guy in Italy. In the, I guess, well, it starts maybe mid, late, early 30s. But when slowly the Jews are being, I guess, persecuted, maybe not right away, it's more, oh, now they have to do this stuff. There's some things starting to happen against him, and then he falls in love with this woman. I like the first half, but the second half is incredible, where then it cuts to them, they have a kid together, and that's when World War II is really started, and him and his son get sent to a concentration camp. And he tries to protect his son and act like they're not in a concentration camp, and they're just playing like hide and seek or some games. This movie's heartbreaking. This movie's incredible. Great at combining real shit and still shows you humor and humanity despite that. Life is beautiful because it freaking is. All right. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Training Day. Denzel got his flowers for it. Amazing. This is Ethan Hawke. I was dissing on him a little bit earlier, but he's one of my favorite actors. He's incredible in this. Undercover Cops, first day on the job. It's kind of weird. This is almost all one day movie. I think 2 or maybe 2 days. Meets Denzel and realizes, oh, shit goes down. Hell yeah. Or Denzel's also undercover cop, but he's his mentor. But yeah, shit goes down. Training Day. Great shit. All right. Number 27. Hot Fuzz. There we go. Second movie in the Cornetto trilogy. Great movie. Hot Fuzz of this cop who gets relocated from London into this little small quaint town, but shit's going down. What's under the belly? Great Edgar Wright movie. Great humor. Great editing. Great shots. Love it. Simon Pegg. Great in it. All right. Number 26. Only seen this movie one time. Annie Hall. I started watching more Woody Allen movies last year, but I watched it and I was like, yeah, I need to see more Woody Allen movies because Annie Hall is incredible. I was sucked in immediately by, I love the fourth wall breaking works incredibly in it, as he's a kid and it shows him as a kid and he's there talking about his childhood, and he's like a little kid with a therapist concerned about the Earth's sun's gonna explode in billions of years and whatnot. It just captures that existentialism and that angst of Woody Allen. Diane Keaton's fantastic in it. I watched it then in January, February. Then when Diane Keaton died a month or so ago, 2 months ago or so, I watched the first 15 minutes of it one day. I was like, yeah, this movie freaking rips. Christopher Walken's in it. Great, just exploring what kind of went wrong with his relationship. Annie Hall. Fantastic. All right. And that movie, it's 26. I put 2. I ever seen it one time because at first, I love it. When I first saw it, I was like, it's not immediately in my top 100. That really does have to watch the movie. He's got to sit with it first. And it's just gone up. All right. Number 25. Goodfellas. Probably this isn't the top biopic on here. Great biopic. Don't even think of it as a biopic, though. That's what's so great. Yeah, Goodfellas, man. Oh, story time. Last August at the Steel City Con, Comic-Con type thing in Pittsburgh, they have a bunch of celebrities come. Not always the hugest names. But Weird Al was there last year. Dennis Rodman, I didn't see him, but he was there. They have it 3 times a year in Pittsburgh. The one they had last weekend, John Cusack was at. But anyways, Lorraine Bracco was there. And it's expensive to get these autographs and pictures, so I really wasn't getting it. I didn't get any. But I went up to some of the shorter lines. I just wanted to meet some people. Met Thomas Lennon. Met... Who else we meet? I'm blanking on some of the people. I don't know their names, honestly. But anyways, met Lorraine Bracco. And my dad and I always quote Goodfellas and quote, Janet, I'll quote it now. So I went up to Lorraine Bracco. I was like, oh, my dad and I love you in Goodfellas. We quote the movie all the time. I don't know what came over me. I just decided to say the quote. See, now I don't even know how the quote goes. It's Janet Rossi, the whore. I don't know if I even had a lead up to it or just said that. Marion Bracco is probably like, oh, I mean, they probably know they're going to deal with a lot of wacko people at these Comic Cons. But she's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, Goodfellas. Scorsese, my guy. Number 24, Reservoir Dogs. Great heist movie, but you don't see the heist. It's the aftermath of the heist. Tarantino, that was my favorite. Comes in strong as his first movie. Great characters. Loved Tim Roth in this. All right. Number 23, The Graduate. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Great movie where he's on the People Mover, just standing there. Fantastic. All right, so The Graduate. Before I watched this in a high school film class, and before watching it, I knew it was about. I loved the song Mr. Robinson. Knew it like, oh, she's Mrs. Robinson's a woman who sleeps with a younger guy, a cougar we call it, you know. I was like, I don't think I find this relatable. This 20-something guy just sleeping with his parents' friends, like, or his parents' friend, like, the hell? Little did I know, a character I thought I couldn't relate to much at all would be probably the movie character I can relate to the most. Up there. He's a 20-year-old guy who just graduated college, doesn't know what he wants to do necessarily. Where's he going with life? No, I don't find relatable. He ends up having an affair with his parents' friend, obviously. But it's fantastic. My teacher had, in this high school film class, I think this probably was his favorite movie. He would pause all the time and say, break down things in it. Ben has a conversation with his parents' friend. It's like, you should go into plastics. He's like, oh, okay. And my teacher would be like, because Benjamin is like a plastic. He's being molded by these people around him. Then there's a shot of him singing in the bottom of the pool. He's being submerged by his parents' expectations. Then there's a shot of he's behind the fish tank. He's trapped in a tank. Then Mrs. Robinson's leg, you see his head. It's a great shot movie. He's trapped in Mrs. Robinson. Great movie. Anne Bancroft, great. I forget the daughter's name. She's great in this. And when I watched it for this used to be a little higher. Watched it with my family a few years ago. It's a little slower than I remembered. And it spends a lot more time of just their affair than I expected. And then the end kind of moves quick-ish. Or maybe could have been a little more development of his relationship with the daughter, I think. And less of him and Mrs. Robinson. But great movie. Great ending. In this ending gets a little ludicrous. The shot, man, this movie had balls. It knew what it needed to do. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. Somebody say it's ambiguous. No, I think it would have been more. You wouldn't think of it as ambiguous if it had a more conventional ending, or literally last 10 seconds. But because what it does, it's I get what you're saying. Heck yeah, because that's real. It's real shit, man. Rom-coms have some fucking balls. All right. Number 22, The Truman Show. Jim Carrey, freaking fantastic in this movie. Guy doesn't realize his life's a reality show and he lives in this bubble in a simulation. Well, if I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Jim Carrey, fantastic in this. Paul Giamatti's in this. Not a huge Lauren Linney fan, but she's good in this. Great movie. Truman Show. All right. I've seen this movie one time. Should rewatch again because I saw a little bit on TV last week, like a minute. I was like, oh. It didn't hook me right away that minute. I was like, maybe this is too high, but screw it. I don't care. The Sandman's greatest performance. Greatest movie. My favorite movie of his. Punch Drunk Love. Still comedy. But if you tell somebody who loves the Sandman, not a normal one of his comedies, much more a drama, awkward guy, toilet plunger salesman. I love that. Odd jobs. Yeah, I love odd people have weird jobs in movies. His crazy sisters. He's in a Jewish family. Starts to develop a romance with a woman, but then Philip Seymour Hoffman's this character. Weird things are happening. Great movie. Great shot. My favorite PTA movie. Great music. Yeah. Punch Drunk Love. What do we have next? Still The Graduate here. Right. I, Tonya. I watched it for the first time last year. Freaking amazing. Doesn't even feel like a sports movie or a biopic. I saw this on a comment section or somewhere. It's like the Goodfellas of figure skating. It really is. Like, it seems like it probably did have a ton of inspiration from Goodfellas. You don't think of it right away, but as Goodfellas, you don't think of it as a biopic right away. Nor did I do. I guess I still do I, Tonya, because she's much more in the zeitgeist than Henry Hill. I don't even know if that's Henry Hill's real name, but yeah, Margot Robbie is incredible in it. Sebastian Stan, phenomenal. Should got. I don't think he got nominated for an Oscar. Paul Walter Hauser feels such like a real guy. Incredible in it. Allison Janney, she win maybe. But it's like this movie got nominated for Oscars, but why not Best Picture? Why did this not get nominated for Best Picture? I don't get it. All right. Number 19. Movie that was formidable in my movie-loving life. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Great Jim Carrey performance. Him and Kate Winslet. I guess I don't want to spoil this too much, but they have a romance, and then it's sci-fi romance. He wants to get his mind erased so he can forget about her and doesn't have to wallow in her. From my knowledge, the creation of the manic pixie dream girl. I mean, there are probably other inspirations to it, but Kate Winslet, fantastic in it. Jim Carrey, fantastic. I don't love Kristen Dunst in it. I don't think I've seen some more of her movies lately. She's a better actress than I previously thought, but she's not great in this. But Eternal Sunshine, Spotless Mind, great movie. Charlie Kaufman, what a script you wrote, my friend. All right. Number 18, The Departed. Great cat and mouse game. I haven't seen the original. I think it's a Korean movie. Yeah, The Departed, Scorsese. It's my highest Scorsese movie. He deserved the Oscar for this movie. Rightfully so. Fantastic. Vera Farmiga, I don't love her in this, and not that I don't love her performance as much, it's I don't love her character in this. And it just connects in a way I don't even think we really needed. Martin Sheen, heck yeah. Brutal shit in the end. Wahlberg, yeah. Great movie, The Departed. Love Leo. All right. 17. Mad Max. Which Mad Max? Come on now, it's Fury Road. It's so much better than all the other ones. This movie is incredible. I can't think of other movie. I guess it's like the other Mad Max movies, but like non-stop, wall-to-wall action, great characters. Charlize Theron, I don't know, that's Theron, fantastic in this movie. This movie is beautiful looking. Probably talk about a blend of CGI and practical effects. Looks phenomenal. Apparently the production was a mess, took forever. This movie could have been a disaster, but it wasn't. This movie makes me understand, like, I understand editing now and appreciate and can see it more now than I used to, but this movie helped me, like when I first saw it a few years ago, be like, oh yeah. It helped you respect and really see what goes in that and how editing plays a huge part. I have a book about this, still haven't read it. Mad Max Fury Road, it's a shit. I love Furiosa. Loved it last year. It was my second favorite Mad Max movie, but Mad Max Fury Road, great one. All right. Another fundamental movie of my movie-loving life, The Prestige. I watched this one in 10th grade when I was in high school in an English class. At the end of the year, it was the last week of school. And that teacher also taught a film class, but she's not the one I had for film class. I had another teacher. But I guess she loved The Prestige, and so we watched The Prestige the last week of school. This movie blew me away. These rival magicians, don't want to spoil too much into it. Christian Bale, great. Hugh Jackman, great. Probably some of their best performances. Yeah. Fantastic movie. David Bowie crushes it. Andy Serkis crushes it. ScarJo, I love it. Is it Rebecca Hall, I think her name is? Good in it. She's good in it. Oh, sorry, that was weird. Great movie. Uses setting, what they're in Denver or Colorado-ish around a lot of it. Prestige, man. Movie that is fundamental in my movie-loving life. Avengers Infinity War. I'm going to have to credit this as the movie that sparked my love for cinema, which is weird to say because that would probably make Martin Scorsese's skin crawl. But Martin Scorsese, Infinity War led me to loving you. Ha! I watched this when I was in 9th grade. I only saw a few MCU movies before it, but it's a feat of blending all these movies seamlessly together. You get a great mix of all these characters. Josh Brolin, incredible. And Thanos was a great character, great in like one movie. I think he's good in other movies, but it's like fantastic written in this movie. There's fucking great writing in this, Marty. Come on now, man. Great acting. Good CGI. It's a fun, hard-hitting movie, man. But so why this sparked my love for cinema, oddly enough, is because I saw this. I was like, and Endgame's coming out a year later. I have to watch all the MCU movies. So I watched all the MCU movies next year. So that's when I started, I don't even know if I really use streaming now, honestly. But maybe a little bit. We'll go to start going to the library, renting movies, DVRing shit, which I do all the time now. But going to this used movie store, Exchange, it's the Exchange, great used movie, video games, music store in Pittsburgh. The Exchange. Started going there all the time, buying used movies. Then when I was in 10th grade, then watching all the MCU movies. Then that's when I started watching movies like The Matrix. More movies to come. But I fell in love with it. Were fundamental to me watching movies. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Movies that I talked about already on this list. Yeah. Infinity War. Oddly enough, made me fall in love with cinema. Number 14. What We Do in the Shadows. I guess maybe my favorite comedy. Not my favorite comedy, I guess. All right. What We Do in the Shadows. Great vampire. I love like documentaries of these vampires in New Zealand, and they're dealing with the werewolves, and there's a Pita, it's time for a flat meeting. Oh, great movie. Some people find it weird there's an age gap. I forget all these exact age details. Some people find it's weird there's an age gap. She's 88. I'm 194. Even though he looks like he's like 40. Great vampire movie, freaking hilarious. It shows them as like real people. But oh wait, all right. I'm talking about these movies longer than I thought I would. Now it's a different change up. Spotlight, great movie. One of, I guess, my second favorite Best Picture winner ever. Underrated movie. Directed by Tom McCarthy. Didn't just direct some comedies or I forget even what before this. I think he was a co-writer and directed this movie. And then what did he do? The Cobbler with Adam Sandler after this? Maybe that's before this. Like, weird career. You do Spotlight and what odd career. But it's phenomenal. It's about the Boston Globe writers investigating and bringing to light the cover-up of the Catholic Church's molestation and all that, what happened there. Incredible movie. It's real dark at times, so it makes it oddly, I think, rewatchable. This movie just sucks me in and fully captivates me. What makes it oddly rewatchable is because I think if the whole movie was spent time with the victims, it would make it, I think, a tougher watch. You are a degree of separation, which makes it, you still really feel it, obviously, but it makes it maybe not it's an extremely brutal movie, man. As brutal, great cast. One of the movies I think that really has a great cast and utilizes cast the best. Keaton, phenomenal. Mark Ruffalo, phenomenal. Rachel McAdams, phenomenal. To write some of these names, John Slattery, great in this. Bradley Archie James, great. I forgot the Tooch, great. Liv Schreiber, great. I love Liv Schreiber. My guy Billy Crudup, great. Spotlight, phenomenal movie, and it's an important movie. Watch it. That's now number 12. Scream. This movie was fundamental in my movie-loving, watching life. I didn't watch horror when I was younger, really much in high school. I would get spooked of it, I would say. But it's like getting more into movies. Like, okay, I need to watch Scream. Was senior in high school. It was around Halloween. It was on TV. I watched it. I was blown away, which was interesting because obviously it's hailed because it's meta and critiquing on horror. I think I understood some of that, but yet it's not like I really watched much horror, and I could still appreciate it and love it so much. Great, one of the, probably the best opening scene of all time, probably my favorite. Kind of twist in the beginning, twist throughout, great reveals. Scream, love it. Number 11, The Descendants. Great movie with George Clooney. Is this rich guy in Hawaii who's inheriting this family land in Hawaii that his white settler family had. And then his wife gets in an accident, and him and his daughters find out some stuff about some things go down. Great family drama. Clooney's amazing. Alexander Payne directed it, I think wrote it. Great movie. I have bought the book. I got for my birthday. Gonna read the book here soon. Descendants. Go watch it. Only seen it once though. I want to watch it with my family. I think they would like it. Number 10, fundamental in my movie life, Memento. So I watched The Prestige in 10th grade. It was like, oh, figure out who this Chris Nolan guy is. My teacher's like, you should watch Memento. I think I went to the exchange. I think I got my license. This is probably one of the first things I did with my driver license. Went to the exchange, bought Memento. Loved it. The unchronological story of, I can't think of the character's name. Lenny. Trying to figure out his wife's murder and what happened. Probably my favorite fictional character of all time, Lenny. Probably. Memento. Number 9, American History X. Brutal movie of Ed Norton plays a white supremacist and has that curb stomp scene, which is probably the most bone-chilling, balls retract into my body, the most scene I've ever seen where he curb stomps a guy. He goes to jail and realizes white supremacy is a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. And you'd think, I would have thought, oh, he has this not good time in prison, that's weird, but like, oh, he does get prison works on him that rehabilitates him. But like there's a lot of shitheads. Like I thought he would get along with all these guys. No, he realizes they are shitheads or these crummy things or two-faced shit. Meets a black guy, realize, yeah. The black guy calls him out on the bullshit and realize, yeah, it is bullshit, and gets out. And Edward Furlong, his brother's getting roped into it even more. He realized he has to get his brother out of it. He does. And Edward Furlong's a great example of it in the two, and all these characters of how hate can cloud a good person. Just because you have hate in your heart doesn't mean you're all bad, even if you're doing horrific things. And we all can be saved, is what I believe. And this movie shows us ways of that. Brutal ending. Great movie. Ed Norton, Tony Kaye, I think, directed it, but practically I think that he'd leave at one point in the movie, and they say Ed Norton kind of practically directed it. Give me direct more shit, Ed. All right. One of the most fundamental movies in my movie-loving life. I think I watched it when I was in 10th grade. The Sixth Sense. There we go. Was for a while my favorite movie when I was in high school. I watched this probably in 10th grade. This is when I was like, yeah, I have a favorite movie. Definitely, I would say it's The Sixth Sense. And then it got replaced by what my number 1 is pretty much. Or maybe The Matrix was at one point. Infinity War was close there at one point. But it'll be replaced by my number 1. But anyways, Sixth Sense, great movie. Bruce Willis is a therapist for this boy who's just struggling. I'm not going to say anymore. Go watch it. Toni Collette's amazing. Haley Joel's amazing. Should have won the Oscar. How did Bruce Willis never get nominated for an Oscar? Sixth Sense, love it. M. Night Shyamalan, Ding Dong. Questlove, I think or I don't think he's in it. Apparently someone was walking down the street and his hair was so goofy. They're like, we can't have this extra in it. What's going on? Number 7, Gone Girl. David Fincher, the man, Ben Affleck, incredible. Rosamund Pike is so good in this. This is a performance where like an actress had a great performance, and everything else she's nowhere close to what she was in this. Yeah, Gone Girl, incredible, great twists and turns, and I love it. I think Gone Girl. Did I say Unbreakable? Because number 6 is Unbreakable. Also fundamental in my movie loving life. Watch Sixth Sense. For years, Sixth Sense, I loved it over Unbreakable. But the last year or so, it's like, I think I might like Unbreakable more. Great movie of Bruce Willis's The Indestructible. And I don't want to say anymore because go watch it. It gets What's His True Potential. Great. My favorite superhero movie. One of my favorite endings in cinema. Great character. Samuel Jackson, fantastic. Great movie. All right. Number 6. Silver Linings Playbook. Story of Pat is this guy who gets released from a mental hospital and moves back in with his parents and is trying to restart life after he beat up his wife's mistresses. What's a male mistress? A mister's. He beat the guy up. Went to mental institution. It's a great book. A great movie about him just trying to get back on his feet. Probably one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. Pat, played by Bradley Cooper. Great. One of my favorite performances of all time. Jennifer Lawrence is amazing in it. They have great chemistry in it. I love him in his trash bag. Honestly, I think I love De Niro as an actor. But I feel like it's like, oh, it's De Niro. I'd like to see maybe someone else in it. Shea Wiggum. Hell yeah. Well, I love Silver Linings Playbook. Yeah. Number 4. I don't like saying what's the best movie ever. I just like saying my favorites. But if I had to say, oh, what is the best ever? Go with Whiplash, baby. Great movie. This is, I think, the biggest example of a movie where I think the original concept these jazz drummers, jazz band, kind of boring. Damien Chazelle, you play out of the park with your first movie. J.K. Simmons, one of my favorite performances of all time. Miles Teller, not an actor I necessarily love, but he's incredible in this intense movie. It's just, these solos just suck me in. I would never have thought that. Number 3. My favorite Best Picture winner of all time. Favorite foreign film. Not even close to anything else. Parasite. Great movie. Remember when I first watched this? I was blown away. I thought it was about some actual parasite. No. Great movie. Incredible. So, the Academy makes weird decisions all the time. Why they do this? Why they do that? But then something like Parasite gets nominated and then wins. It's like, okay, Academy, you do know what you're doing. Parasite. Incredible twist, conventional and twists and turns. I love it. Number 2, Election. Alexander Payne's Election. Great example of layered characters, shitty people, but they're real. They're so real. This is the perfect use of Matthew Broderick. I don't think he's a great actor. He's great in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's great in Election because the way he talks is sounds like he's narrating or talking to some, So that's why you got to put him in a movie that breaks the fourth wall. There's a lot of narration. That's why he's perfect in Ferris Bueller. That's why he's perfect in Election. Alexander Payne knew how they use this guy. I just love it as a concept of a high school teacher who's in charge of the student council. And it seems an inevitable Tracy Flick, played by Reese Witherspoon. Phenomenal performance. She's way better in this than she is in Walk the Line. She should have won an Oscar for Election, not Walk the Line. She's incredible in this movie. But anyways, he doesn't want her to be the class president. She annoys the fuck out of him. So he gets Paul, the jock, one of my favorite characters of all time, to run for president. Great movie. Things happen. Some fucked up shit. Election. This movie, I just start laughing. Even when funny shit has happened, just this movie just makes me laugh nonstop. Election. My favorite movie of all time. It's been my favorite movie for 4 years, maybe 5 years at this point. It's my go-to. And I think it could change at some point. This is a movie I love. My favorite ending of all time. 7. yeah, this killer is doing things based on the 7 deadly sins. Killing people based on the 7 deadly sins. And Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt are the detectives trying to stop him. See, this movie doesn't have a specific city that's 10. And I complained about that before. But why it works in this movie, because the setting, and some people say, is it hell? It's all the worst parts of places, of cities, this amalgamation. That's why it's not New York or LA, even though, I mean, parts of it were filmed, I think, in LA or around LA. It's this amalgamation of the city of hell. That's why I love 7. Part of this concept, though, this like killer with a shtick, could be like, oh, that could be a cool like Law and Order concept. But no, this is like that. But yes, made by one of the best filmmakers of all time, David Fincher. Great script. Fantastic movie, my favorite ending of all time. What's in the box? Yeah, and that's it. Those are my favorite movies. Both parts, favorite movies all time. I love cinema. Comment below. See ya.